Experian have chosen 9 entrepreneurs to be part of the pitch, Experian's first ever entrepreneurship challenge. It's Black History Month in the UK, so all the entrepreneurs have black heritage. Let's meet the entrepreneurs. First, we have TAHLIA. TAHLIA runs a hosiery brand called Sheer Chemistry that designs nude tights for black and brown women. Amadou's an ex-football player turned entrepreneur whose clothing brand SCJ can be seen on Premier League footballers and professional boxers. Nate is an engineer who turned his passion for cars into a growing concierge car wash business in London. Anita is the Italian-born beauty enthusiast who launched her business Afro Annie while on maternity leave. Raphael is one half of the team at Temple Wellness who are trying to revolutionize skincare for black and brown men. Sojourner is a beauty box lover who decided she would shake things up with her brand Discovered Beauty. Abby is the innovator behind Yayemi, a wellness company that sells innovative products for the daily needs of black women. Anthony is the retro fashion aficionado who's bringing back classic streetwear fashion through his brand Retro. Fuller is the man behind XW Media, a video production company that specializes in documentary-style wedding videos. It's day 1 of the competition and the entrepreneurs are meeting each other for the first time, and some are already sizing each other up.
So I've been confident from the beginning. So I feel that, with Retro Store, we're definitely aggressively taking a space that we feel can grow and outlive us.
I'm a confident person. I believe in Temple massively, but you just don't know.
I think good. I'm not gonna underestimate myself. I think good, but I definitely think there are some strong other businesses there too.
The pitch is a week-long bootcamp for entrepreneurs where we show them how to make their first £10,000 in business. At the end of the week, they'll pitch to a panel of judges who will decide who will win the cash prize and coaching from experienced business experts. The entrepreneurs don't know it yet, but we have a special guest coming to put them through their paces to improve their marketing. Our guest runs one of the fastest growing beauty brands in the UK and recently raised $1.2 million from Google.
Hi, I'm Rachel Chamasi-Coulson, co-founder and managing director at Afrocentrics, where we formulate, manufacture and sell natural hair care products for afro and curly hair. And today I'm here at the Experian Bootcamp to talk all about customer journeys, funnels and marketing.
The entrepreneurs already have customers and making thousands of pounds every month. Today, Rachel and the team will be helping them figure out why their customers buy from them. At the end of the week, the judges will want to know why too.
Who is A/B testing plain text compared to colourful images? Okay, test both. So something I've noticed is when I send plain text emails, the response rate skyrockets. People feel like they're getting a personalised email from me and they'll get back to me, they'll actually respond. The open rate increases. It's very, very strange. Whereas with the emails we put loads of effort into, we've got our GIFs, they look really beautiful. People will read them, but they're not replying. Today, I'm hoping I can get the participants to really understand their customers, to dig deep, think about the research that they need to do to connect to their customers, to actually solve problems for them, and to find their customers so they can grow and scale their businesses.
Rachel doesn't know it yet, but she'll be helping us decide who will win the grand prize, and some seem to be struggling more than others. Nate seems to have caught Mike's attention for all the wrong reasons. Mike is an innovation expert, coaching the entrepreneurs and is the best in the business.
So Nate has a great business and it's something that he's really passionate about. What I think he can do a little bit more about is when we're doing the exercises to really bring it to his business, because I think he understands the concepts and is trying to play back that he understands the lesson or the concept more in like an academic setting. But I think then the application to, well, how is he doing that for his business specifically and what is he going to do differently? I think if he does that stronger in the next few days, it's going to really help him.
It's the end of day 1. Who does Rachel think has the potential to go all the way?
Abby and Anita are both impressive because they already have so many customers and so many retained customers. The fact that they know those numbers off the top of their heads, the fact that they've managed to onboard you know, thousands of customers is fantastic, and keep, you know, around 27%, which is about industry standard.
Well, that's what Rachel thinks. Are the entrepreneurs feeling the same way?
Yeah, I feel like it's one of those things where I'm sitting and I'm like, damn, everyone's strong. So time will tell. Time will literally tell.
Do you know what? In all honesty, I think everyone has the potential to win. I think everyone's got to be their own unique business. They own bring their own flair to it. So it's quite early to say just yet, but I think there's a lot of strong people here.
I wonder if Derek agrees. Derek is an innovation and business guru and is also coaching the entrepreneurs.
I think what's interesting is that there seems to be a lot of similarity in the type of product solutions that they've got. There's a couple of services there that are really interesting. I think in terms of having listened to them today, the one that really connected with me was around the storytelling through a wedding video, where I think typically when you think of a wedding video, it's something that would personally make me cringe. But the context of building it as a story, so you build the characters and you follow their journey, so it's almost a documentary of how they came to be and now that we're here at this special day. I think that's really quite exciting, and I can see from a scale type perspective there's a lot of opportunity there. Arguably a lot of the other guys, they've got really cool products that are directed at very clear target markets. I think that the challenge that you've got within that is, how do you scale your business?
So when I was thinking about running a bootcamp for entrepreneurs, looking around Experian, there are only two people that came to mind. It was Derek and Mike, simply because Derek has the experience from an entrepreneurship standpoint. Mike brings all the expertise of a facilitator, and they've run boot camps before. They're a powerful duo when it comes to delivering information, and they know our innovation framework in and out. So when it comes to teaching other people how best to think about their business, how to grow their business, how to look for new opportunities, there's no one better in the business.
I think so. Standout moments for me were just the light bulbs that I could see going off when we started talking about testing, and that you can run quick tests, and really it's more of this scientific approach to how they can make sure that their business is growing, or that all the different assumptions they're making about what customers want or what they need, that there's actually a way to go about that systematically and test and get some real evidence behind why that might work or might not work. So I think that for me was a great point where Rachel was talking about some of the tests she made, and everyone was coming up with, well, here's what I can do and here's what I can do. I think kind of came together at the end, which was just great.
We're trying to help people understand that it's good to fail, as long as you're learning as you fail. I think that there's a corporate kind of mindset that says failure's bad. And I think when you try to innovate then in a big organisation, there's this real big block around running experiments and going, oh, that didn't work. What did we learn? How can we adapt and move forward? We tend not to do that. And I think that the opportunity that we've got this week is that when you're working with smaller businesses, whilst the framework and the theory is the same, the reality is that these guys can go out and do things really nimbly and fast that can make a big difference.
Everyone took away something that was unique and new, so I was really pleased that they saw the value of the customer interviews, and that even though they have businesses they've run sometimes for years, the value of just going back out and asking your customers some very open questions that might be different than what they usually ask can actually create some insight for them to then take into thinking, well, how can I actually market differently, or even come up with different products? And so I think that was really great that that message sort of landed.
Let's find out how the participants found day one.
Yeah, I found today very insightful, very informative, learned a lot of great things, really from the peers as well.
I couldn't say one thing, because again, it's about, for me, I'm learning from someone who has been in that position and is now kind of sharing that. And so for me, as a kind of like young starter in the entrepreneur world, it's all been quite beneficial for me.
So today was great. I learned a lot. I think the most interesting thing was A/B testing. I think I've kind of done that before, but we analysed it in a way to where I found out new things that I could try and do.
I think the biggest takeaway for the group would be to ensure you're solving your customers' problems. And that sounds so simple, but to do that, you have to have a deep knowledge of your customers, right? You have to have a solution that works. You have to know that it's a problem they care about, and you need to communicate that really well. So that, I hope, is the main takeaway. From speaking to people afterwards, I think A/B testing is one of the biggest things that has stuck with people. They're really thinking about what kind of experiments they need to run. And they're also thinking about the fact that they have a lot of work to do, right? So it was good to speak to one person, I think Abby, who hasn't used A/B testing, hadn't heard of it. She kind of joked that she was calling it AV testing because she'd never used it or come across it before. So it was good to be able to go into a bit more detail with her afterwards and talk about how she might use it, what the best tools are. And I'm quite excited to see the impact.
I think when you're sitting with a table of young entrepreneurs, ultimately you're looking around the table going, are all these people employable? And for me, it's a state of mind, it's an attitude. Do you bring that kind of right attitude to the table that says, I'm going to work hard and I really believe in what I'm doing? And I genuinely believe from what I've seen today that these guys have got what it takes.
On the next episode, the entrepreneurs are starting to feel the pressure as the competition heats up and we have more special guests. Just obviously, we just got to make a little bit of an announcement.
Yeah, exactly that. It was a shock.
I guess if that's how it has to go, then that's how it has to go.